Welcome, one and all present here, distinguished judges, teachers, and my fellow students. We, the students of 1 PCMEG, present to you Sustainable Development Goal 3, Good Health and Well-being. We have chosen a theme for our goal, and that is Feel, Heal, and Zeal. Feel for emotion, heal for health, and zeal for enthusiasm. The mind represents our emotion, the crosses represent our health, and the person represents our enthusiasm. Enjoy. Handing it over to Mahika.
Good health should be the top priority for all. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mahika and I'm here to speak about physical health. Physical health, by definition, is not only the absence of injury or disease, but to maintain a physical health, we need to have a proper diet and do exercise. In normal condition, we would go either to a gym or a park for exercise, but due to the pandemic, that's not possible. And people have even lost interest in physical health due to the pandemic. So, here are some tips for physical health. You can exercise, you can exercise at home, do yoga, and eat healthy food containing fruits, millets, carbohydrates, etc. Keep your body hydrated. And health is wealth. A person who is healthy can concentrate better in his work and the end results can be better. Staying healthy is a choice. Choose to stay healthy. Don't choose to throw your life away. We also did an interview with a professional nutritionalist who shared amazing tips on maintaining a diet and losing weight during the pandemic. Here is a short teaser for the same.
In 11th and 12th you are having a lot of pressure, so you might stay up late and you might be studying, or but also you might watch Amazon and Netflix and things, because most of the times we think that to lose weight we have to stop eating. It asks you to cut down on your jungly funglies. I'm sure Christ is known for your jungly funglies, right? So diet as such, it's like a very harsh word. It's more like die with a T.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching that wonderful teaser. If you do feel like it, please watch the whole interview on YouTube by scanning this QR code. Moving on to the next part of our presentation, which is mental health. Mental health is something we all talk about on the daily and something mostly everyone faces. As we know, some of the common mental illnesses, such as bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, bulimia, and anorexia, which are eating disorders as well. And as you can see on the image, these are the various parts of the brain which these mental illnesses attack. Now, I am here today to talk to you and to share with you some tips on how to avoid depression and mental illnesses and how to deal with a person who does have these. Now, to start with, we should always look out for certain red flags to know whether a person might have a mental illness or not. If you notice certain drastic changes in their sleep, in their mood, or in their academics, or if you see them doing any self-destructive activities, or tending to lose concentration drastically, then you should try and get that checked with a therapist just to make sure that the person doesn't have a mental illness. Now, what do you do when a person does have a mental illness? First, we need to seek help. We all need help in various stages in our lives, whether when we're babies, we need help walking, or whether when we're old, when we need help, when we need a caretaker for help. It's just that in these stages of our lives, such as teenagers and adolescents, we tend to be embarrassed to ask for help. Don't do that, because when you ask for help, you're only going to get better. Next, reasoning. Remember, when you're emotional, do not act, because the possibility of you doing something you're going to regret later on is very high. So what you need to do is you need to stop, remain calm, and then act. Next is to be around people you love. When you're around people you love, the possibility of doing something you're going to regret is very less, because they will often keep you in your senses. Now, how do we avoid mental illnesses? First, we need to be patient. When we are patient, we are least probable to do something we're going to regret, and we're not going to act out of anger or out of hate. Next is to not have any expectations from people, from relationships, and from friendships. Because when we have expectations, we're only setting ourselves up for disappointment and thus making us commit various other major decisions, which we're going to regret later on. Next is resilience. Resilience is not the ignorance of problems. It's not us throwing our problems away, but it is us learning how to deal with our problems and to act effectively. So these are the basic mental health tips that I have shared with you today. Over on to Prakshi.
We hope you enjoyed the skit as much as we enjoyed filming it. Next, we also conducted an interview with an experienced surgeon who has been practicing surgery for more than 3 decades. Here is a short teaser for the same.
You've taken the bull by the horns, as they say. It affects performance. It is the most significant factor affecting mental health of growing individuals. But it's messing up your minds.
Hi everyone, I'm Akhil and I understand you must be tired of all those boring lectures and interviews about good health. So here's the boring lecture. Just kidding. So here's something different to make this presentation even more lively. We, the musically inclined students of 1PCMEG, have written and composed a song on staying fit and keeping a constant check on one's mental health. So do check the lyric video in the YouTube channel and by scanning the QR code and give it a listen. We hope you enjoy today and moving on to the next. Thank you.
As part of the Feel Heal Zeal program, we have a very special edition magazine edited and made by the students of our very own 1PCMEG. In this magazine, we have various things to exhibit. We have articles, drawings, and posters, all done by the students. A note by the class teacher, a summary of the interviews done, and we even have a special article written by a experienced professional gym trainer on how to keep oneself fit during the pandemic. The PDF document for the same is put up in the chat box along with the link to the flipbook. If not, the same will be circulated by a class teacher. Happy reading. Over on to Laya for the conclusion.
Thank you, Ansel. As much as I hate to say this, this brings to the end of our presentation. A big thank you to the teachers, judges, and students for listening to the presentation of 1PCMEG. And we thank everyone for putting this together. And we hope our presentation was as informative as we hoped it to be. I'm Laz Thomas from 1PCMEG signing off. Have a great day.